23. So I had a thought today, and what I've done, I've just had the pellet sizer delivered. Now I wonder, does it make any difference if you are having pellets straight from the tin, if they are weighed from the tin, and if they're sized and weighed from the tin? So that's what I'm going to do. The first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to put it over my FX chronograph. And I know a lot of you don't like the FX chronographs, but I don't care. That's all I've got. Right, so, but I've tested it against the Crombo, and it's within sort of 3 or 4 feet per second. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to weigh out 10 pellets of each. Excuse me. I'm going to weigh out 10 pellets of each. So 10 pellets weighed, 10 pellets sized, and then 10 pellets weighed and sized. I'm going to put them through the chronograph, and then a bit later on I'll try and put them through off a bench at a target. So I'm using my regulated gun, which is my my Urban Rapid. Right, so trying to make it as fair and even as possible. I'm just seeing really if it makes any difference whatsoever. Right, I'm sure some of you already know the answer, some of you don't. This is why I don't, so I'm trying it. Okay, so I'll get on with some weighing. To make things totally fair, this is a brand new tin, die 6. It's AADF's 4.52s apparently. It's a 4.53 sizer I've got. So we'll see if that makes any difference. So, and I know these are good with the rifle, so that's why I'm using these. Okay, it's a different day, but so I didn't say in the video, when I sized the pellets, I had a 4.53 sizer and I was sizing 4.52 JSBs. Every one of them had to get pushed through the sizer. So surprisingly interesting, I felt that they're obviously more than 4.53. Otherwise they'd have just popped straight through. So I don't know if that's any significance whatsoever, but just thought I'd mention it. Okay, so I'm outside. I'm just going to do a little bit of pellet check-in. I've got down there. So we've got control group, which I'm going to do 10 from there. Then we've got, these have all just been weighed. These have just been sized, and they've been weighed and sized. So the aim is to see if it makes any difference at all, any one of those three. All right, so first of all, it's just going to be over the chrono, which I know a lot of you don't like it, but that's the chrono I'm using, my original FX radar. Right, so I'm going to crack on. Okay, so first of all, 10 shots into the pellet catcher, unweighed, unsized.
782, 11.5. 784, 11.5. 786, 11.6.
Okay, so that's my first 10 shots. Ooh, I've done that differently. So 10 feet per second spread, average is 784, lowest 779, highest 789. Alright, so I'll save that string. So the next string I will shoot is weighed only. Right, so again, 10 shots. Let's see what weighed only does. So these are all weighed at 8.5 something.
$784, 11.5. point 5 782 11 point 5 786 11 point 6.
Okay, so what we got now, low 775, high 786, 11 feet per second spread, 3.3 deviation, average is 783. So not much different to the original ones. So the third string is going to be sized only. Right, so unweighed, straightforward, just sized. And we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 10. So these are all been sized at 4.53. New string.
761 10 point 9 761 10 point 9.
Okay, so that's an interesting readout. Average speed there was 765, so it dropped by 20 feet per second. 13 feet per second spread, low of 759, high of 772, standard deviation 3.9. So interesting that these are supposed to be 7.52s according to the tin. I've sized them at 7.53 and they're slower, which I think means that they're not as tight in the barrel. So that's an interesting thing. I'll save that string. The final try then is these are weighed, and again they're all 4.5 something, and they're all sized to 4.53. So let's see if this makes any difference whatsoever. What I'm hoping is that all these will be very close. We shall see.
$770 11.165 11 768 11.1.
Okay, now I don't know if it's surprising or not, but that's given me a 5 feet per second spread, a low 765 and a high of 770. So I think that's weighed, correction, it's not I think, that is weighed and sized. So certainly over the chrono, weighed and sized gives you the most accurate thing. That's that. So the next point then is I'm going to get all this rigged up. I'm going to put stuff down the bottom of the garden. So it's about 23, 24 yards. And I'm going to see, I've got 5 left from each. I know that's not a particularly big representative example, but I'll see if that makes any difference whatsoever. So up on the range now, from where I'm shooting, that is about 24 yards. You can see, got my target set there, 5 targets, so we shall see what we shall see. I'm just going to do 5 shots on each, heading back down. I know it's not a massive representative example, but we'll take the chrono off the front, with my very gorgeous Rapid. Do love this gun. Right, so next thing you'll see will be the targets. Stop. Okay, right, so I've done 5 on each. I'll be honest, on the last shot there is a flyer and that was me. Let's see if we can make any sense of this lot whatsoever. Right, so the way it's gone round the board is that is the sample group, so unweighed, unsized. That is weighed. Surprised me that everything's gone up and left a bit. That is sized, and that is sized and weighed. Now that is a flyer. That was me. I twitched as I pulled the trigger. So what can we conclude from this? Well, I think first of all that it's without doubt weighing and sizing does make a difference, albeit a very small difference. I reckon that the size of the kill, well, anything inside the 8 ring is about 15 mils, so that was all within 15 mils. So all of them were within 15 mils. So the only thing I can say for certain is that without the flyer that would have been the tightest group, right? But weighed only gives a nice tight grip. Sized only, not so much. Right? So I think what it's telling us is that possibly the weight is the more important factor. If you're going to weigh and size your pellets, well, obviously you big rigs and you top shots, you know, I know a lot of you size and weigh your pellets, so I'll be honest with you, I don't know if I'm going to try that or not. I might see if it makes any difference further down range, but certainly from my initial experiments here, it doesn't make a massive amount of difference. So if you're like me, an average shot, then I would say, is there any real need to? Maybe not. Weighing the pellets maybe has a slightly bigger advantage than not weighing them, but there's nothing in it. And if you do weigh your pellets, from what I've seen here, you do need to check your zero, which wouldn't have occurred to me. Right. The same with weighed and sized. So if you do any of those, what you need to do is make sure that you double check your zero before you go off and do any more. So hopefully that's been of some information to some of you. I know to a lot of you it means absolutely nothing and none of you care, right? But Kate's away on holiday, she's not back till this evening. I was bored, needed something to fill my time, so Keith J, here's at 10, bored in Halesowen.